What's good, party people? It's your boy Tim back at it again with another vid. And today we're running the type of vid back. Uh, I don't remember which vid it was, but dang, already on almost like 50 vids, which is crazy. But yeah, um, I don't remember which vid it was, but I did like like my inspirations in music. But then I was like, nah. But then I was like, there's no way that you know, there's no way that I was talking about like, favorite worldly artists, but no way, or there's no way that I was talking about, like my favorite or like the the worldly artists that inspired me to do music, but not talking about, like the gospel artists that are, inspiring me. Um, and so thinking about that, I came up with the list, I think sometime last week, and I was like, yeah, um, which is crazy because I was supposed to do it last week, but I already had a video idea for that Friday. So I ended up just, pushing it back to this week, and then, which kind of worked out though, because if I didn't, I wasn't gonna have an idea for today. So, yeah, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe, share with all your people so we could all have a good time. And, yeah. So music inspirations, gospel music inspirations, all aspects of gospel music. Quartet music, contemporary. Did I say that right? Contemporary music, or contemporary gospel music. Uh, worship music. All aspects, right? Um, same situation I had when I was talking about my music inspirations. I'm gonna just say the names or name and just explain, like give like a brief explanation on why those are my gospel music inspirations. Uh, and these are people that I've listened to for like a long, well, some of them, yeah, for a long time. Because I mean, some of them ain't been out for that long, but well, actually, I still can say that because ever since they came out. But anyways, yeah. So yeah. So the first one, wait, was oh, that's Jay. Yeah. Uh, so the first one we got is Tim Rogers and the Fellas, right?
What's up?
Yeah, yeah, that's crazy. Uh, Dang, I forgot. Oh yeah, facts. Tim Rogers and the Fellas. When it comes to gospel quartet music, Tim Rogers and the Fellas was like the first, uh, or one of the first. I wouldn't say the first, but like one of the first quartet groups that we listen to on a regular basis. Songs like "I'm Happy," songs like dang, songs like "I'm Happy," songs like Change, songs like I Love to Praise Him, although that's not his song. But yeah, all I Love to Praise Him. Different songs, different, um, really one of my first inspirations to do quartet music, right? Because that's mainly the song that me and my brother sing. Or gospel quartet music is what me and my brother and my mom sing, right? And so one of my first inspirations to do that, right? I'm talking about ever since I was a youngin', like one digit, like, I think like when it cut, I, I don't remember who I was listening to at this time, right? But like even at the point in time where I was thinking about, or were we, because it wasn't just me, where we were thinking about coming up with the War Brothers, singing on a regular basis. I think I think it was that group that we were listening to. I might be wrong, I forgot. But yeah, it's been a minute though, I'm not gonna lie. But yeah, when it comes to quartet music, Tim Rogers and the Fellas is one of one of those people that I think of, right? You know, like one of the first people I think of, right? So bet. Moving on to number two, we got Kirk Franklin. Honestly, bro, like, which is crazy, but honestly, anytime I think about, any type of gospel music, not a certain, subgenre or anything like that, just straight gospel music, Kirk Franklin is one of the first people I think about, right? Well, him and whoever he's working with also. But when I just think of like regular like worship music, right? You know, good songs for choirs to sing, good songs for choirs to sing, good songs for praise teams to sing, good vibes all around, good songs with good messages that are, actual like worship songs, whether they fast or they slow. Kirk Franklin, bro. When in doubt, go to Kirk Franklin. You know what I mean? When it comes to songs, songs like I Smile, songs like I don't know if this is the full version or the full name of the song, but dang. Bro, why am I blanking out on the names of these songs? I know I Smile, and then, dang, I forgot. But yeah, like worship songs that are like more modern, I would say. You know what I mean? If I were to choose an artist or artists to, to kind of, I guess I can say, cater to the younger generation when it comes to, gospel music, I would say Kirk Franklin still. Although, or my generation, my generation and the generation after me, this current generation, right? So when I think of like modern gospel music, Kirk Franklin is one of those artists that I think of, although he's been out for a long time. But the music that he make is kind of on that type of time, you know what I mean? So yeah, moving on, number three, we got Mali Music, right? Solo, well, not all of his songs, but Mali Music, right? Dang, why is my mind blanking? That's crazy. Oh yeah, facts. When it came to like, now this is actually like or I'm not gonna say actually, but this is he's inspiration to me when it came to like doing music in general, right? Or one of those, yeah. So really, I should have included him in, well, yeah. Now that I'm thinking about it, but yeah. So when it came to like actually like making music, singing, or not, yeah, when it came to like making music and everything like that, Mali Music was one of them ones, right? Right around the time where I was branching out in music in different subgenres of the main genres, you know what I mean? Mali Music, as far as like gospel music, branching out, Mali Music was one of, if not the first artist that I branched out to when it came to, when it came to, I got my notes right here on the when it came to the gospel music, right? That's crazy. But yeah. Yeah, so like one of my first gospel inspirations to make music was, or if not the first gospel inspiration to make music was Mali Music. And the crazy thing is, that's not all like the type of, or that's not the genre that he stays in, I guess I can say. He make worldly music also, but it's not like, it's still encouraging. So even though the genre of the song is not specified, it's still encouraging words, you feel me? So yeah. Songs like Broken Spirit, songs like what's the Crying, songs like I'm trying to think of that one song that I added to my wedding playlist. Still. Yeah, that's a song that I added to my wedding playlist, which is crazy. I be making playlists for different situations, you know, which is great. So yeah, Broken Spirit, Crying, Still. He even did like a collab with Jonathan McReynolds, which is another gospel artist that I listen to a lot. Moving On was one of the singles. Moving On. Why am I blanking out on these songs? I'm gonna watch this. As soon as I end the video, I'm gonna be thinking of those songs, which is crazy. But yeah, moving on. Oh, bet cool. So when I said like for a long time, like listening to these artists for a long time, I kind of capped on that one a little bit because when I looked at this fourth one, matter of fact, fourth and fifth one, I think they haven't been out for that long, right? Or I'm comparing my life to life, like the time in my life. They haven't been out for that long, right? Because they've been out for a significant amount of time. But you get what I'm saying? Like, one of my inspirations, like one of the artists that I look up, right? So yeah. So, oh yeah, bet I blanked out. Dang, what am I doing? Yeah, so number 4, we got Maverick City Choir, right? So that's what I mean by like contemporary gospel music, right? Which is crazy because newfound music, right? I think I was going to a different church. It was a different point in my, it was a different, I guess I could say point in my life, right? And I was, yeah, I was still on the same road of branching out in music, right? And so going into the contemporary, I guess I can say, side of gospel music, right? It was a different and new vibe for me, right? It was a different and new vibe for me. It's still kind of, I guess you can still call it like worship music, right? But, you know, yeah, more space, to just, be able to say what you're saying, you know what I mean? It's just a, different vibe. And Maverick City Choir gave that different vibe, you know what I mean? Like a different type of worship song, right? You listen to that song, you listen to those songs, and like you really might, or not really might. I'm not saying this can't be the case for every other song, but the closest that I've been to, what can I say? I guess in the spirit, I guess you can say, when it comes to like listening to music or on my alone time, right? Which is crazy. Like not in church, not, evangelizing, not talking to the preacher, not all of that. I was in my room just listening to music, right? And I was listening to one of the Maverick City Choir songs, and like the closest to getting into the spirit, even though I wasn't in that, like setting, you know what I mean? So when it comes to like contemporary gospel music, it's a different vibe. You know what I mean? It's a different vibe when it comes to worship music, and that's a vibe that I enjoy, right? So yeah, fifth and final one. I think this group has been out longer. I might be wrong, but yeah, the Walls Group, right? When I think of, now this is kind of like this, which is crazy because this group is a combination of all kind of like, not all these artists, but all these types of music. Like I said, Tim Rogers, you got the quartet, cool. Kirk Franklin, you got the worship music, right? Or really, yeah, more modern style of music. So you got the Molly Music and the Maverick City Choir, right? With this group, it's a good combination of all these different things because every song, in my opinion, sounds different. What I mean by that, it's a different vibe each song, right? songs like Satisfied, songs like Big Brother, songs like um, we sing one too. Hold On, songs like um, we sing another one. Oh, I Need You. Different vibes for um, yeah. When it came to branching out in music for, well, when it came to branching out in music for the War Brothers, right? I was listening to a lot of the Walls Group. So like, yeah, really more quartet music too, but like the Walls Group too, because when I listened to the Walls Group, and we seen them in person. Actually, we seen a couple of these people. So we seen Tim Rogers and the Fellas, Molly Music, and the Walls Group in person, like performing, right? Um, which is crazy because when we seen them perform, they kind of gave me the same vibe as me and the bros when we were singing, or when we sing. And so I kind of, or not took, but we sing some of their songs, you know. So yeah, once again, more of a modern sound, really, now that I'm thinking about it, it's kind of hard to. Well, I might have to check back. Maybe I'll do a specific vid for like the quartet music, like songs that we actually sing, or that we sing, me and the bros, that we sing. I actually might do that, yeah. So, yeah, because once again, as I'm doing this vid, it's like I'm thinking of way more artists than I was when I made this list, which is crazy. Um, but yeah. So more of a modern type of style of music. So really, if I were to put you on to like some artists or gospel artists, Christian music artists, whatever, that you would want to branch out and listen to, I'd probably give you Kirk Franklin, Molly Music, Maverick City Choir, the Walls Group. If I was, if you were to ask me more of like an upbeat tempo, upbeat tempo songs, you know what I mean, a different vibe of gospel music, I would do Tim Rogers and the Fellas. I would do um, quartet. Mainly like the quartet music. I would do, yeah, like Tim Rogers and the Fellas. I would do the Soul Seekers. I would do the Williams Singers, Canton Spirituals, Lee Williams, and what's the Lee Williams and uh, dang. Now this is a little bit of like older music, but it's still got, like I'm telling you, fire, right? Um, Terrell Rogers, I forgot the name. So it's Terrell Rogers, most def. But yeah, that was the fifth and final one. I'm just rambling at this point. Yeah, so that's the fifth and final one. I'm definitely gonna keep doing these type of vids just to kind of, well, as I branch out more, but then also maybe if it won't be like a specific subject at some point, it'll just be like new artists that new artists or new songs that uh that I come in contact with. I might even, you know, just know that Tim put you on though. That Tim put you on when it comes to these artists that you're listening to, when it comes to, you know, you know, you know, uh different songs, different artists and everything like that. But yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and get up out of here. Enjoy the rest of this day. It's hot as out. Oh my God, hot outside. Uh, yeah, which is crazy. It's humid and hot at the same time. Like the sun is out and it's humid outside, which is bipolar weather. But yeah, like I said before, I'm enjoy the rest of this day. Y'all make sure y'all do too. Peace.